is The India Decides and I'm Maria Shakil. The Delhi unit of BJP has sent a defamation notice to Aam Aadmi Party leader and Minister Atishi. This latest salvo coming a day after she alleged that the BJP approached her with a request to switch over. The BJP has demanded an apology, a public apology in fact, from her, adding that Atishi failed to provide evidence of who approached her, how they approached her and when was this approaching actually happened. Remember, Atishi, while addressing a press conference, had said that the BJP had approached her through someone very close and that they have threatened that if she does not switch over, then ED, Enforcement Directorate, will arrest her within a month. Meanwhile, in a relief for the Aam Aadmi Party, MP Sanjay Singh today walked out of jail. The Aam Aadmi Party is undergoing a crisis and the BJP is leaving no stone unturned to target the beleaguered AAP. So the question we ask on the show tonight, is this slugfest between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party about probity, or is it pure tamasha, keeping in mind the elections? First, the reactions.
Arvind Kejriwal, को इन जेल की तरह पीछे रखा गया है। मुझे पूरा भरोसा है कि जेल के ताले टूटेंगे
We'll go to our reporter in just a bit, but before that, Majinder Singh Sirsa is spokesperson of the BJP. We have Adil Singh Boparai representing the Congress, Amitabh Tiwari, political analyst, and Abhinandita Mathur, spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party. Mr. Sirsa, beginning with you, certainly this is an imagery which would not please the BJP with one of its, strong spokespersons or faces of Aam Aadmi Party, Sanjay Singh, out of jail. And he will be bringing that narrative of how the BJP has been allegedly misusing institutions. How much of a headache will it be?
So for us, it's no headache, not at all, for reason being. So it is between the ED, the court and Sanjay Singh. Everybody knew that they were involved in a corruption. That is the reason he was behind bar for 6 months. Now he got a bail. Definitely, even Lalu Prasad Yadav ji got bail. Then he was convicted. Even J. Jayalalitha ji got bail. Even thereafter she was convicted. And there are number of instances that people got bail. Now one thing is very important. Now Aam Aadmi Party has no answer to a very simple question. The other day you used to say कि इसमें तो bail हो ही नहीं सकती जी. ED में तो PMLA की provisions are such that nobody can get bail. Now when the same Justice Khanna has denied bail to Mr. Manish Sisodia, saying that we have a credible evidence and there is a money trail of 338 crore rupees. Even his curative application was also dismissed. And the same justice gave bail to Sanjay Singh. So one thing is very clear, that there is a sufficient evidence, there is a money trail found in Manish Sisodia case. Manish Sisodia was a deputy chief minister and he was denied bail. Now, they cannot say go to the public and say, देखिए इसमें तो bail होती नहीं है, and people will ask them कि संजय सिंह की bail होगी ना, तो बताइए फिर मनीष सिसोदिया जी की bail क्यों नहीं हुई? बताइए अरविंद केजरीवाल जी की bail क्यों नहीं हो रही?
So, to say that the other leader is not getting bail will be based purely on evidence now.
I was listening to Mr. Sirsa and actually for a second I lost him only because I thought that he was making absolutely no sense. That is because he's simplifying it in a way that अरे तुम्हें बता दो bail क्यों नहीं हो रही, तो तुमने तो corruption की होगी. अरे भैया आप क्यों allegation पे allegation लगा रहे हैं? I mean, if all the onus is on us, if you are so above the law or if you have such great understanding of law, tell us, explain to us how this happened. This is a report in today's Express which says since 2014, 25 opposition leaders facing corruption probe crossed over to the BJP and out of the 25, 23 of them have got relief. Or there is delay in action against them. What does this mean, Mr. Sirsa? Do you think that all of us are fools? The whole country is full of idiots and only the BJP is Dershana and Pavitra and all that. I'm really sorry. This is not a drama. We are going to fight.
The BJP is also Abhinandita, the BJP is also asking for proof because yesterday Atishi held that press conference and she said that there is that effort that was made to her to switch over and then her career will survive, otherwise it will see a fall. I mean, all that charge that was made by her, leveled by her, is there some proof or is this more of a bravado that we keep on hearing?
No, actually, I think that there is a lot of evidence for, even if this is folklore, even if this is a rumor, for a second if we were to believe it, the fact is that everybody knows that BJP takes people into their party if they go against their parties, if they break the party, if they are corrupt, if they want charges to be removed from them. That is where BJP has put themselves in. It's not our doing. And there is another important thing that Mr. Sirsa is forgetting. Yesterday, the Honorable Court very clearly stated that either you put an objection to this bail, or we are just going to say that we have no, or you say that there is no evidence. You know, look at how they have been manipulating the narrative, manipulating the law, manipulating and exploiting the agencies. अरे आपको क्या चाहिए? आपको क्या चाहिए? सारा electoral bond आपके पास आता है. You know, you have 400 car and what not. Where do you want to take this?
Okay, just hold on to your thoughts. Let me go straight to Nakul, who is joining me from outside Tihar jail. That's where Sanjay Singh has just walked out of. And Nakul, what are you seeing? The Aam Aadmi Party and supporters were there when Sanjay Singh came out of jail. You know, is the euphoria still there? And what was the big takeaway of his speech?
Well, Maria, certainly the large number of gathering from the Aam Aadmi Party workers were outside the Tihar jail. They have been standing here from 3 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon, in fact, and they have been waiting and for their leader to come out. While at the same time, what we are also given to understand that the bail order which reached the Tihar jail, there is a protocol after when the bail order reaches the jail authorities take the further action and release the prisoner. At the same time, the bail order reached late at around 7. The bail order reached the jail, and after that Sanjay Singh was released from the jail, while at the same time there were many MLAs and the Aam Aadmi Party leaders who were present here, including Saurabh Bhardwaj and Dilip Pandey. Also, the wife of Sanjay Singh was also there sitting in the car waiting for the leader. His father was also there. He spoke to the media and said that this is a victory of justice. At the same time, Sanjay Singh, when he came out of the jail, there was slogans raised for the leader. He came out of the jail and stood on his car and showed the victory sign. At the same time, he was waving to the Aam Aadmi Party supporters. There were a large gamut number of Aam Aadmi supporters who were standing outside this particular Tihar jail, and he was released. In fact, after 6 months, it was a long battle for Sanjay Singh. Nevertheless, after 6 months, he has got some relief in respite from the Supreme Court and has been released. And today he walks out of jail. And this also begins. This also is also the beginning of the Lok Sabha campaigning for the Aam Aadmi Party. Remember, Sanjay Singh is also contesting, and he's the key leader in this particular party, where in the campaigning for the Aam Aadmi Party is also going to start from here on. But at the same time, Maria, there is a continuous battle between the Aam Aadmi Party and ED in the court. At the same time, what we know so far is that national convener Arvind Kejriwal still continues to be in the jail. So it remains to be seen if the Aam Aadmi Party is happier at the same time. But today, what we saw outside the Tihar jail, there were immense euphoric people who were chanting slogans and were excited that their leader has come out of the jail and walks out after 6 months.
All right. So how will Aam Aadmi Party's campaign now pan out with their primary face Arvind Kejriwal behind bars, the Deputy Chief Minister in jail? Now perhaps this is relief for Aam Aadmi Party. But, politically speaking, Amitabh Tiwari, can there be sympathy for Arvind Kejriwal and this coming together of AAP and Congress in Delhi? How much of, number crunching will the BJP have to do now?
See, the BJP won the 2019 Lok Sabha elections.
Yes.
Even if the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party come together and there is a seamless transfer of votes, assuming there is a seamless transfer of votes, they could still fall short. However, that is based on the 2019 numbers. So if there is a sympathy in favor of the Aam Aadmi Party, which some surveys suggest it is, like a C Voters latest survey, and if they are able to pull some votes from the BJP, so to the extent of, let's say, 6%, if they pull from the BJP and that goes in favor of the Aam Aadmi Party, then the numbers could be 5-2 sort of. However, this is all theory. In practice, what will happen, we don't know. The electoral bonds issue, the issue of many leaders joining the BJP and then getting scot-free, all this does have some sort of an impact on the neutral voter. However, we'll have to see how this pans out, because both the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP are speaking largely to their gallery or to the converted voters. And it all depends upon how the non-partisan voters, who actually are kingmakers in any elections, respond to all of this.
And for the Congress party, Adil Singh Boparai, which has had a change of heart from being the petitioner in this case to now, aligning with the Aam Aadmi Party and fighting the upcoming polls together. How much of a concern is it, and what will you be telling the people of Delhi when they ask you why is the Chief Minister operating from jail?
Well, Maria, I think there is something very dangerous which is underway, which the nation needs to consider, which is that the BJP's antics is threatening the very concept of democracy in this country. The edifice on which democracy stands is free and fair elections. Now, the investigation in the liquor case has been going on for the past 24 months. You have the ED, which is an extension of the Bharatiya Janata Party, making arrests on the eve of the elections. So therefore, number one, it demonstrates that the BJP is rattled. Number two, it demonstrates ex facie misuse of agencies. I think something which your viewers must consider is the Indian Express's report of today morning. The allegation that the BJP is running a washing machine operation is quite evident. You have the BJP's allies, which are the ED, the CBI and the IT registering cases and raiding political opponents. And as a byproduct, you have these leaders joining the BJP or allying with them. And the benefit which accrues from this exercise is that either those cases are closed, like in the case of Ajit Pawar and Praful Patel, or those cases are stalled and put into the cold storage, like in the case of Mr. Himanta Biswa Sarma. So therefore, for Mr. Sirsa to say that the ED is an independent body, I think is the joke of the millennium. The ED is acting under the directions of the BJP, and the BJP and the ED in collaboration are arguably running a criminal syndicate where they use investigative powers to browbeat people, to browbeat opponents, and then using that to secure electoral votes for the BJP.
How much of a concern this is that particularly for the fence sitters, this could have an impact on their decision making if there is a degree of high-handedness which is evident now of misuse of agencies. With this report which has come out, which about which both the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress is talking about.
No, they can talk about anything, Maria. Now, one thing is very clear. They will agree with it. That Arvind Kejriwal arrest at the time of election for as per their agreement is illegal. They should have never arrested him at the time of election. Okay, let them say this. And really, for the sake of argument, let's hear to them. So they are agreeing कि मनीष सिसोदिया की अरेस्ट तो ठीक थी, 1.25 साल पहले हुई थी. He should be behind bars. They are agreeing for one thing. संजय सिंह अरेस्ट वो बिल्कुल ठीक थी, उसको जेल में रहना चाहिए था, वो इन्हीं की कंप्लेंट पे अरेस्ट हुई थी. पर इनका ये कहना है कि had they been in a government, they had said to ED, please don't arrest him. इलेक्शन चल रही है, अभी आप इसको इलेक्शन में अरेस्ट नहीं होंगे. तो ये one thing is very clear from the Congress spokesperson. Had they been in a helms of power, they would have clearly said to ED, don't touch him. So they must be using this kind of power. We are not aware that can a elected government to give an instruction to the independent agency, that too when there is code of conduct enforced, and Election Commission is taking call on all government major decisions. So I don't think so that any government could give instruction. But if they feel so, because being a congressman, if he's so sure that they had there been a helm of power, they would have given this instruction कि नहीं जिसको अरेस्ट नहीं करना, अभी इलेक्शन है, आप इसको हाथ मत लगाइए. अगर ऐसा इनकी सरकार में होता था तो मैं उसका जवाब नहीं दे सकता. इसका जवाब इन्हीं को देना पड़ेगा. इनकी सरकार में ऐसा होता था. देखिए एक बात तो आप मानते हैं, वन थिंग इज वेरी क्लियर कि मनीष सिसोदिया की अरेस्ट तो इलीगल मानते हैं ना, वो तो इलेक्शन में नहीं हुई. संजय सिंह की अरेस्ट इलेक्शन में नहीं हुई, इन्हीं की कंप्लेंट पे हुई है. द कंप्लेंट वाज बाय देम ओनली. सो आई थिंक दे आर एग्री फॉर दिस.
That with Aam Aadmi Party leaders behind bars and you know the charge of absence of level playing field is also a relevant one.
So
why
how
are
can
these
we decide
actions
this field?
happening just
But
ahead
if
of
you are
elections?
doing some kind of a scam, so it is not ahead of election. It was Arvind Kejriwal who decided to skip 9 summons. It is not me or you. So Maria, we cannot decide this. It is between the ED and the Arvind Kejriwal. Had Arvind Kejriwal appeared on a first summon, things could have been different. But it is not we to decide whether he'll come out or whether he'll be arrested or not arrested. And he was arrested. Maharaj, just Adil for a second. He was arrested when Honorable High Court double bench refused to give him any kind of relief. Thereafter he was arrested. You must remember one thing. It was High Court which decided.
Adil, now please on the screen.
Yes, stop. Maria, Mr. Sirsa is a very astute politician, but unfortunately his comments today are bereft of any logic or rationality. None other but the Prime Minister of this country had made serious allegations against Ajit Pawar, against Praful Patel, and against a particular Chief Minister of theirs in the Louis Berger case. Once those leaders have either crossed over or allied with the Bharatiya Janata Party, those cases have either been stalled or closed. This is a very pertinent question for Mr. Sirsa. That means the Prime Minister was misleading the electorate when those allegations...
Yes, I will answer.
Right, number one. Number two, please understand. Please see the timing of the arrest. What the BJP is trying to do is that the BJP is trying to lock up opposition leaders and inhibit the India Alliance's ability to contest elections and put their best foot forward. I think this is strangulating democracy in this country. And finally to Mr. Sirsa. Sirsa Sahab, you know, the problem with the Bharatiya Janata Party today is that they are intoxicated with power and arrogance. But they must remember, and history bears testimony to this, that the shoe can also be on the other foot. So therefore, please do not misuse agencies to the point of creating
before I allow Mr. Sirsa to respond, Abhinandita wanted to come in. Please go ahead, Abhinandita.
Yes, you know, I was listening to Mr. Sirsa, and rather surprising that despite the fact that they have all these agencies, they're in power, they've, you know, put 4 of our top leaders in jail. उसके बाद भी they're making मनोहर कहानियां about, you know, उससे तो रिजाइन नहीं करवाया, उसको तो वो नहीं. This is not, and please एक ही बार में समझ लीजिए, you have basically, you're barking the wrong tree. We are not going to be afraid of jail. We are not going to go in. None of our leaders are going to go into the BJP only because you're threatening us with jail. The way all these leaders, there are more than 20 names here in today's newspaper. आप उनको ढंग से पढ़िएगा. And what Adil was saying earlier as well, this list is really long. Digambar Kamath, Geeta Koda, Archana Patil, Bhavna Gowli, Hassan Murshid, endless. So Mr. Sirsa, 3 things have happened, okay?
Yes, that's right. Is, so should I answer?
One is that people of Delhi and India, especially Delhi, have faith in Arvind Kejriwal. They like Arvind Kejriwal. They like him for what he has done for them. Number 2, BJP stands exposed today. वो श्रीरथ रेड्डी ने आपके अकाउंट में पैसे जमा किए बीजेपी के, not the Aam Aadmi Party.
Quickly respond to this charge. Respond to this charge. You know, the fact is, yes, in the Lok Sabha elections, the BJP has had its way in 2014 and 2019. But we have seen how the tables have turned in assembly elections. in the absence of Mr. Kejriwal, is BJP of the opinion that they will be able to do better? Perhaps not, not in Lok Sabha, because that will be a different election altogether. In assembly elections.
Maria, can I answer to your question?
Yes.
Maria, can I answer to your question? First thing, that what will happen, Arvind Kejriwal was very much outside in 2014 also, in 2019 also. In spite of that, we won with all 7 seats, and that with the margin of 4 lakh, 5 lakh, 6 lakh votes.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter.
Assembly elections.
No,
yes.
so assembly elections is too far away. It's 1.5 year away. It's 1.5 year away. And now the second thing. Now, it is not my fault if Adil and Miss Mathur, they have suddenly changed overnight. With 3 seats getting Aam Aadmi Congress got 3 seats and Aam Aadmi Party 4 seats, they are contesting together, so they have changed their hearts. अब एक कहता है कि नहीं जी ये तो बेईमान नहीं है. There was a time जब कहते अरविंद केजरीवाल जी कहते थे सोनिया को जेल में डालो, राहुल को जेल में डालो, पवार को जेल में डालो, मुलायम को जेल में डालो, लालू को जेल में डालो, करुणानिधि को जेल में डालो, एंड सडनली नाउ दे हैव चेंज देयर हार्ट. अब ये कहते हैं राहुल गांधी से अच्छा आदमी कोई नहीं है, सोनिया जी हमारे माता जी हैं, सब लोग अच्छे हैं. एंड सेम इज विद मिस माथुर. नहीं मेरे को मिस माथुर देखो प्लीज लेट मी कंप्लीट. एंड सेम एंड सेम इज विद बोपाराय जी. अब ये कहते हैं जिन्होंने कंप्लेंट दी थी ये कहते थे कि सबसे करप्ट, मैं बताने लगा, मैं अजीत पवार जी का नाम दूंगा आपको और दोनों चीफ मिनिस्टर का जो आप लिया मैं आपका जवाब दूंगा, मैं ऐसे नहीं हटता. और अब आई बात बोपाराय जी के, सेम ही इनको 3 सीटें मिली, इन्होंने हारनी तो वो भी जमानत इनकी जब्त होनी है. अब ये कहने लगे जिसके खिलाफ कंप्लेंट दी थी, कह रहे नहीं वो गलती से कंप्लेंट दे दी थी, असल में हमारा प्रेसिडेंट ही नहीं ठीक था, वो ऐसे करप्शन हुई नहीं थी, शराब घोटाला नहीं हुआ था, वो वैसे हमने दे दी थी कंप्लेंट, उसको ऐसे मान लो, बस ऐसे ही वापस मान लो उसको. अब मेरे पास इसका कसूर नहीं. अब जो आप बात की मिस माथुर ने, मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूं, आप नाम लीजिए, अजीत पवार का नाम लिया आपने, हेमंता बिस्वा जी का नाम लिया और आपने कोडा का नाम लिया. इन सब के खिलाफ कोई इन्वेस्टिगेशन पेंडिंग नहीं है, कोर्ट के अंदर ट्रायल में है, ये लोग कोर्ट की ट्रायल में है. और अगर आपको लगता है फिर भी ये गलत है तो आप कोर्ट आपके खिलाफ भी ओपन है, आप जाइए कोर्ट में जाके कार्रवाई कराइए. हमने भी तो आपके नेताओं पे कार्रवाई कराई थी. कोर्ट का मुकदमा हम भी तो दर्ज कराया था ओपोजिशन में रहते हुए, और डॉक्टर मनमोहन सिंह जी को दर्ज करना पड़ा था. अगर आपको लगता है गलत है तो यू मूव टू द कोर्ट. देयर इज नो केस बिफोर ईडी, द केसेस आर बिफोर कोर्ट एंड कोर्ट हैज टू डिसाइड दैट. लेट कोर्ट डिसाइड. एंड इफ यू डोंट हैव अ ट्रस्ट इन कोर्ट, दैट इज नॉट माय फॉल्ट.
How cute is this argument, Sirsa ji? ये नहीं चल रहा.
Okay, Adil.
Let me assure Sirsa Sahab. Let me assure Sirsa Sahab on behalf of the Congress Party that when the India Alliance comes to power, Sirsa Sahab ये सादा वादा है थोड़ा. Electoral bond scam एक investigation हो, and we will reach the bottom of that investigation. Let me assure you on behalf of the India Alliance.
14,000 करोड़ दी. सो 14,000 करोड़ ਦੀ ਇਨਵੈਸਟੀਗੇਸ਼ਨ ਜਦੋਂ ਮਰਦ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਵੈਸੇ ਲਾਇੰਸ ਆਉਣਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਦੀ, ਪਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਚ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਜਵਾਬ ਹੀ ਦੇਦਾ. ਇਹ ਸੁਪਨਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਰੱਖੋ ਆਪਣੇ ਕੋਲ, ਸੁਪਨਾ ਬੁਰਾ ਨਹੀਂ. The dream is not a bad dream. You should, everybody has a right to dream on that. But I must say that if you have to investigate, you have to investigate 14,000 crore which has been given to India Alliance. 14,000 crore has been given to India Alliance.
Okay.
Boparai sahab, you must always remember 14,000 crore, 14,000 crore रुपए India Alliance को दिता गया.
This slugfest which is happening between Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP and the Congress, Amitabh, electorally, how will it play out?
See, essentially, BJP has a significant advantage in Delhi, as we discussed earlier. So there has to be a significant sympathy for Kejriwal's arrest to make any changes in the 2019 results. That's fairly clear. Now, if we are talking about the Vidhan Sabha elections, and the Vidhan Sabha elections are not due 1.5 years later, they are due less than 1 year later, actually.
Yes.
Sometime in February next year. So, there is where the BJP might have been hoping that they will be able to exploit a 10-year-old anti-incumbency and come back to power. But the BJP has not been able to win even 10 seats in the last 2 elections. I think even if you discount that this may not have significant impact on the Lok Sabha elections because of the Modi factor and the presidential nature and the national character of the elections, this is definitely going to have an impact in the Vidhan Sabha elections, because it is a local issue. Arvind Kejriwal, whatever said and done before this arrest, is a fairly popular leader, not only in Delhi but across the country, and we'll have to see whether this rejuvenates the Aam Aadmi Party cadre to regain power in 2025 in Delhi, or it gives a leg up to the BJP to expose the corruption and then come to power in Delhi, which has eluded them for many years now.
But Amitabh, looking at the political arithmetic, pure maths here, the coming together of the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress, what will be the what will be the percentage which will change in terms of the margin of victory or loss between the candidates?
Yeah, so the BJP is at 57% average and the Aam Aadmi Party Congress at 41%.
That's a huge gap.
So if BJP loses 6%, so it comes to 51, and the Aam Aadmi Party Congress gain 6%, they come to 47%. In that case, the BJP could lose up to 2 seats because on different seats, the vote shares are different. And if it loses significantly, that is, if it loses around 12% vote share, then it falls to 45, and Aam Aadmi Party and Congress Party gain up to 53. Then in that case, I think 5 seats could go to the India bloc. So it all depends upon whether this issue is lively or not till May 25th, because elections is still far away.
Yeah,
and what happens to the bail of Arvind Kejriwal?
All
That's
right.
also a big question.
His own brand and his own image, how much of that will be dented will decide the political prospects of the Aam Aadmi Party. Thank you so much for joining us, Amitabh Tiwari, Adil Singh Boparai, Abhinandita Mathur and Mr. Sirsa of the BJP. We are putting out that entire debate on ndtv.com. That's all from me. I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching.